Get in a comfortable position. Close your eyes and take a few relaxation breaths. As you breathe in, say to yourself silently the words, "I am." And as you breathe out, say to yourself silently the word, "relaxed." I am relaxed. With each breath, allow yourself to become just a little more relaxed. Now let your mind's eye take you on a journey into space. Imagine that you are floating in a blue, warm sky. You have no fear because you know you cannot fall.
You know, it's very striking when you think about it, that not many people think about it. Think about what, you might ask? Well, I'm about to tell you right now. So, it is very striking to me. It is very striking indeed to me. The very fact that people of all ages, color, creed, religion, any culture are not spending 5 minutes to digest a simple fact, and that is, we've been programmed since very early childhood. We've been programmed by public education, mass media, entertainment, newspapers, movies, TV shows, our parents. They've been programmed too. They just don't know it. They've been programmed in a different environment and in a different time period. And that's how it is, really.
I think the honorable thing for our species to do is deny our programming. Stop reproducing. Walk hand in hand into extinction. One last midnight, brothers and sisters opting out of a raw deal.
Some people, some parents discover at some point, but some don't. And those that discover are probably too late, or they just discover and don't do anything about it to warn their children. So we've been programmed by all the agents of the Matrix.
Inside the Matrix, they are everyone, and they are no one. We have survived by hiding from them, by running from them. But they are the gatekeepers. They are guarding all the doors, they are holding all the keys, which means that sooner or later, someone is going to have to fight them.
And we've been programmed to want things, to desire things. Just take, for example, a screaming, crying kid with his parents in a supermarket, a toy store, or a video game store, or a candy store, or any store or supermarket about for anything, really. And what comes to mind is those parents are paying zero attention to this screaming child, or if they have more than one, they're screaming in unity. They're screaming both, so that makes it even more annoying to witness or hear. They're either not paying attention or they're just shouting at their kid or kids. And why the kid is screaming, why it's crying? Because it wants that shiny, colorful thing in that store. It has no idea why it wants it, but it does. I've been there. We all have been there. Let's make this straight. We've all been programmed, so our job, our purpose, our duty is to deprogram ourselves. So, the kid is screaming. It wants the shiny thing, the colorful thing, with a fancy image on the box. It can be a toy, or a video game, or a handheld console, a little plastic car, truck, a doll, if it's a girl, anything that catches the eye of the unsuspected mind of the child. And it doesn't get it because the parents, the mom, the dad, they always reply, I don't have money to buy this thing, so please shut the fuck up. And the kid absolutely unleashes seas and rivers of tears, even more after the negative answer it gets from the parent. And the parent is there to buy something for them, not for the child. So that's how it is. And if in some occasion the child gets this thing, the occasion is very rare, or those are those happy families. I think it was Tolstoy that said, happy families are all alike. Every unhappy family is unhappy in its own way. True. Absolutely true. So those happy families are buying the kid the thing, and the kid gets spoiled. So they do the same thing next time, and the kid gets spoiled twice, and they do the thing, they buy the thing for the third time. The kid gets spoiled even more, and it remains forever. So back to the question, why the kid wants that thing? Because the psyche, the unconscious mind, gets bombarded from television, from the internet, from education, entertainment, mindless cartoons. Nowadays, I'm speaking. I grew up in the 90s, by the way. I'm a child of the 90s. I never saw internet, comic books, video games, fancy handheld Nintendos, or any Western substitute to pass on the time. We got the internet in I think it started to bubble up after the like 2000s, and I got even a PC later. So I grew up in nature. I've been spending my time on my village mostly when I was out of school during the summer, and that was fantastic. I had a blast. The sad thing was that after a few months I had to go back to the dirty, smelly, noisy city where all the quote-unquote education, annoying kids, television, pollution, all the package was there, waiting for me to be unleashed upon my unsuspected psyche. And I don't know if any of you have witnessed parents taking their children in nature, in the woods, in the forest, in the mountains, in the hills, in nature. I guarantee 98%. I will tell you why it's 98%. Because I've witnessed some kids screaming in the woods here, and the only explanation they were with parents is because that mind, that brain inside that cranium of that kid is beginning to boil, and that's evident. It's pretty obvious. But I don't know, maybe the new generation is already fucked, so there's no hope. Maybe. So that the kid or those kids will never be screaming or crying their eyes out. I guarantee you, if you witness a mom or dad, both parents or separately, taking the small kid, in nature, because there is nothing to bombard the psyche, the unconscious of that unsuspected kid.
The child is born as a high complexity with existing determinants that never waver through the whole life. And that give the child his character already in the earliest childhood. A mother recognizes an individuality of her child. And so if you observe carefully, you see the tremendous difference even in very small children. And these peculiarities express themselves in every way. So first, the peculiarities express themselves in all childish activities, in the way how it plays, in the things it is interested in. There are children who are tremendously interested in all moving things, and in movement chiefly. All the things you see that affect the body. And so they are interested in what the eyes do, what the ears do, how far you can bore into the nose with your finger, you know.
There's a psychedelic experience in nature. It won't happen. The kid will feel charged like a battery. Even more positive because the mind of the young are always seeking for experience, and everyone knows that. So this is not a warning or anything, just my thoughts. Our minds and the minds of the future generations will be boiled, fried, and cooked on slow fire until there is nothing left there. Complete programming with all the social networks, smartphones, cartoons. On the side here, the only thing, probably really stupid, but still, the only thing I watched on TV during my childhood was Cartoon Network. And I will tell you that was the place where I actually learned English. Not in school. I was ahead of everyone in school, by the way, because they were not watching cartoons. It was like too childish for them. But the cartoons back in the 90s were not like today. Today's garbage, crap with capital C, a dump. Today's cartoons are absolutely, they are shite. I don't know who makes them, but they're designed for fucking retards, and by retards and for retards. And those later Teletubbies, that was disgusting, creepy as fuck. I still get goosebumps from it. Just seeing on the TV, whatever. Anyways, guard your psyche and guard your children's psyche, because they are the target. Take care now, bye.